Right, I was just went into some sites about BBC and stuff about stalking. There's different types of stalking. There's the professional who is, let's say a writer, for example, and the writer ran out of ideas, and like a commercialized advertising person ran out of ideas, or a fashion designer, or a designer, industrial. And when a person run out of ideas, many people, because they have it as their field, their income, they get like desperate. And when they get desperate, they tend to, like a drug addict, to get something for that kind of missing ideas. For you, that is a position that doesn't know what to do if you don't have ideas. Actually, I was in design school for 3 years. Getting ideas is a craft. It's not something that jumps down from heaven. It's actually a field of craft. You can read a book about getting ideas. How you do it, logical, right? There is like, you can play with words, you can like write stories and so on. It's a whole, like, you can write, you can read books about getting ideas. So it's really not a problem. But if your psychology is to take other people's values, stalking, right? I want what you have. So the stalker I met in my life could be, I got something they have, right? I got courage. I want your courage. I can be with myself and be entertained by it. I want that. I can score when I go out, right? I want to be a person who is getting a score when I'm out. I have a way around animals that you appreciate, right? I'm calm. I want that. I want your job. I want your money. That's the thing, right? It could also be more secret if you're really messed up in your head and you're religious, or you're the opposite. If it gets too much, you might think that I got something you got. Also, on the sexual area, there can be like people which becoming stalkers that want something. They want the person, they want the baby, they want a child, they want a woman, and they don't see it as a crime. It's an addiction. It's a bit like rape. Rape is a violation, it's violent. It's not sex, because nobody enjoyed it really. And the person get addicted is often addicted is something else, which is called adrenaline, right? They can become adrenaline junkies, meaning he's sneaking around stalking and his adrenaline is high. That's a junkie. And the rapist is all this excitement to plan, to jump in, to do that thing. It's excitement and it's adrenaline, and you can actually become junkie of adrenaline. Many PSTD people, war heroes, police people, they're so used to being in a stressful environment. Their adrenaline is very high. And also people that sky jumpers, cave divers, can become addicted to adrenaline. It's like, I need that fix of adrenaline. It has to be exciting. The people that drive too fast, right? So you actually need a cure for that. But stalkers, some of it is laziness. It's easier to get what you have by taking it than working yourself. That's one thing. It might not be that easy, because you might go to jail, or I might court you, right? If you go into my apartment looking around, see if you can find something you can use, I might fucking court you, right? We might see you on the TV, and then you get jailed. And it's gonna be expensive. You're gonna lose your job, you're gonna go to jail, you can't get a new job. And that's the same with the rapist and the stalker. You ruin your own life, basically, because you're addicted. Another thing about stalking is that some stalkers are messed up in their head, right? They don't really know how to tangle these things. They don't know how to deal with it. So for them, it's hell or angels, heaven or angels. It's like good or bad get totally mixed up, right? And often they will be at my desk and not home in the chair and thinking about things. They will always be at the neighbors in a way, right? Always talking about the neighbors. There's something wrong, you know. Sometimes that some stalkers, they are, hanging around too much, right? And that's because they don't have a home, really. They don't feel home about themselves. So some stalkers, they become like they're a little bit like bloodsuckers because they don't really have their own host. They kind of host somewhere else, right? That's why you always see them in a sort of horror film, because they are scared, right? If you talk about stalking as in fame, I think there's more stalking which you never hear about. The ex-boyfriend, I want you back, right? I can't really see what's the smart thing about wanting something back that doesn't want you. That's going to be a conflict at some time, right? That's a little dumb. Maybe you're a little stubborn. I don't want to let her go because she's mine. I'm stubborn, right? Or you could say stalking famous people. I don't know much about it, but what I read is that they apparently want something from this person. And that's because they don't understand that the whole fame thing is a fictive, right? It doesn't exist. It's a sort of camouflage. It's a lie. It's a little bit like watching what's it called, sitcoms. If you're watching a sitcom and you feel entertained, you come home from work and you're alone. You don't have a dog and you're alone. And you're sitting with your sitcom and your ice cream and you feel real good because you're being entertained. But you don't know that this entertainment is just a flashlight. It would be the same if people stood with a flashlight over your head and said, well, this is a sitcom, right? But your brain is so stupid, it thinks it's real. It thinks that you somehow, with the sitcom, that it surrounds you. The sound is surrounding, the pictures are getting into your brain. So you actually think that there's something between you and the sitcom. But that's manipulation, because there's nothing. If you close the TV, there's no sitcom anymore, and there's no kind of moving your emotion. And that's because it's nothing wrong with the sitcom in the way that, yeah, they manipulate, but you turn it on, so it's actually your problem. So basically you can say that our brain is still, I'm sorry to say this, but we are still monkeys. So if I show you a mirror that's a little bit strange, the mirror, and it's 3D, for example, you will still be, what the fuck? Or if I show you a sitcom, you will still feel that, whoa, this is good entertainment. But act like it's a flashlight that I will turn off and you'll be alone. Whoa, shit, huh? So I would say to all of the people that kind of feel entertained by TV, you better get a family, right? Some people misunderstood me because I was on a sting operation, which is something totally different. It's nothing to do with stalking. Sting operation is maybe try and find somebody, So basically, that's not my field. And some stalkers also use like intentional fake IDs, fake letters, document false, ID theft, wire scam, because stalking is also economical, right? Sometimes it will also be like trying to frighten somebody. Oh, you have a stalker? Oh, move closer, right? Come over to me, I'll take care of you, So basically, there's many variations. But basically, if you have a good life, you don't need to worry, you know.